Good night, everyone. Today, Thursday, around 9 p.m. New York time, and we're gonna go with a daily technical video day. Guys, what a week! I don't know for you guys, but for us here in Elliott Wave Forecast, it looks like it's being a month instead of a week. To be honest with you, it's been every day is an event. Even Monday, when it was supposed to be a slow day due to the Labor Day here on the States, it was busy. And what? But we can know it's better being like this than being in a range. Uh, so it's not like we're crying about it, just making a comments that it's being an extremely moving market week. The dollar only is being almost 165 point from in the whole high in the higher in the whole week, which is in the weekly candle is a very bullish candle right there. Now, what we see, guys, and going to the point, what we see, our favorite count is this one: A, B, C, A, 3 back, 3 out, 3 back. This is a triangle B, S, when you got A, B, C, D, E, and what we need is 3 ways from here, doing the and then doing the measuring right here. That's gonna take us to 77.48, which looks like a decent level to be. I mean, it looks like the market can get there. Now, compared to the euro, that's around the 137.50 area on the euro. Now, that looks pretty good right there on the 8-hour chart or 4-hour chart, and then what you're gonna get is WSY, when, like I say, they're gonna be equal at the 77.48 area. If that's the case, we're still gonna label this as a big wave fall in the dollar index. Now, that's on the dollar. Now, going back to the 1 hour in the dollar, I was talking to DV, one of my preferred clients right there. He's a friend anymore. I mean, he's not a client anymore. He's a friend. I spend I don't know how many hours talking to him every day. I was telling him that this right here looks perfect. I can show you guys this. 1 2 1 2 1 2, and then another 1 2 3 4 5 right here. This is the 1618 of this, 3 back, and then this is the 3802 or this one. I'm sorry, or this one right here, and then 1 2 3 4 5. This is 3. This high right here, guys, for those that like Fibos, is the 6.85% of the wave 2 right there, which is the streaming extension. And then if you go back right here and trace it goes to the 3802, which is completely perfect right there. Then you trace here and it goes around the 618. So for me right here ended a 5-way move. Now what you need is another 5-way move that ended right here. I'm sorry, right here. What I see is 1 2 1 2, possible 3 4, or maybe this is 1 2 1 2, now in 3 4, and we're gonna be nesting. Right now we're trading around 76.10. The highest today was 76.32, and ideally we get to the 77.40 area, like I say. Now the high here is the 1.618 of this move, and I can count 5 here. So having said that, the area around this level, which is 78, 80, 78, 90, is very interesting for the dollar. That's is the 618 of the first leg around that area. And guys, I'm sorry to say this. I know everyone wants to buy the dollar. Everyone wants to get the dollar to get, I don't know. This is what the chart is telling me. That even though everyone wants the dollar, I can warn you guys and say, don't get too excited, because it's possible that the dollar is gonna get weak. Still, I see more outside, but I can see I have counts that are pretty close to the bounce against the dollar. I see euro pairs that they are very bullish or getting to levels when I consider them to become bullish. Now, my advice, if you got a position running in the dollar from the outside, leave her there. If not, guess what, guys? Don't open a new position at current levels, all right? Because it's dangerous at this stage. Now, let's move on now. That's about the dollar index. Let's move on to oil. Not too much change oil today. Still, we believe the 91.52 is gonna trade, and this hand mic is crashing my head. Why? Because I see New Zealand, Aussie, CAD, and oil all showing bearish structure against the dollar. In other words, the dollar, it has a bullish structure against all those pairs, but I don't see the dollar index. I see the dollar index like, I don't know, very iffy. Maybe I'm the only one in the world. I have no buyers, but I see, and I challenge you guys again, get the 1 hour count and trying to labor in another way to see if you guys can see another way around. So oil, I like 91.52 to drop oil. Right? Now let's move on to the individual pairs, guys. Okay, guys, on the individual pair, let's start with the euro dollar. Again, like we've been mentioning all over seminars, forums, there is no way to count that as a bearish. In other words, it can be bearish in a corrected decline. It can be like that. It can drop in a 3.35 or 3.3, a series of 3.3 move to the downside, but it's not bearish like a 5-way move. So best way to count it is, and we've been laboring as an alternate WS, even when we would like the flat, best way to count it is WSY, and then you're gonna see the recover and see what happened. It's worth news right here that the low today is the 618 of this move. Ideally, this pair is gonna get to the 137 on one area before any significant bounce. Now, again, that's in the 720 minute charts. That's what we're seeing in the euro. Now, let's see the 1 hour on the euro. In the 1 hour, we are showing in the series two possibilities. The first one is the one that started like this, that this is B, and then we got 1 2 1 2 1 2. That being the case, that's the bearish one. That's the one that is gonna take it to 137, when now we got 1 2 3 4 5 to the 1618 here, and then we are correcting to either current levels or 139.50 area, but it should not overlap. I mean, I don't like it if it's gonna overlap around this area. That's telling me that this is a terminal move that is almost to the downside. That's one of the scenarios. The other scenario is that this is A, and then this is A, B, and C, and we put this note right here saying that in this one, remember on Wednesday, I believe Tuesday night, that we say that we're gonna get a new, that we're gonna see a new low on the euro, and never happened. There is no divergence in this move. DV bring that to my attention, and he's correct. And I can call this a five-way move. So maybe what we have is A, B, and C as a flat, and then all we need is a marginal new low. And remember, this move already, is the 618 of the previous one for 149 to 138. This one from 145.50 to current level is the 618. That happens a lot on the C way. Now, again, I can take that and I can say, okay, the euro is about to turn higher. Now we're gonna see cable, and then what we see in cable, what we like is cable also with a little more downside to around 158.50, 157.85. That's pretty good. That can be the case also with the euro to around 137 and change. Perfect. But then when we move to a pair like New Zealand, we see this. We see a pair that we like it lower. That's why we have the trace on praise. We like it lower to 76, and then that's the New Zealand. And then it comes Aussie, and we like Aussie lower to minimum. I would say we like Aussie lower to a minimum level around 102 and even 101.21. And then you comes and say how that's gonna play out if the euro, if the dollar index, it looks tired. I don't know, guys. Remember, Aussie is not part of the index, neither New Zealand. So maybe that's why. And remember, when this move happened, the euro didn't drop that much. Maybe that's the case. Also, we see the dollar CAD with a bullish structure. We see the dollar CAD with a bullish structure that needs to resolve to the outside. There is a clear 5 ways here. So still the message is we are favoring the dollar index, but with caution. With dollar strength, but with caution. I don't know. I need to see more down outside in the dollar. Remember, it can be nesting. That doesn't mean anything. Now, let me go around now to the euro pairs. This is the euro CAD in the 4 hour, and what we see is that we are getting close to the equal legs and to the 76.4. And remember, this pair is bullish on the dailies and on the weekly. That pair is bullish. Then we have the euro pound, which we also like it to the outside for around current levels. Onto this trend line core, we now comes an 86.77. We like it higher. We got the euro yen, which is shown right here, very close to the target that we've been mentioning for a while, which is 107 area, 105 and change. Then if we see the euro yen in the 1 hour, we can see that the pair, it did 1 2 3 4 5. This is 1 or A, a B, and then we see 1 2 1 2 3 4 5 3 and 4, and possible in around 106 107 this pair should bounce. And then seeing all the other things, still we favoring a strong dollar, because we like 3 ways from 73.42, that 76.80 on the dollar can be very, very right there critical for the dollar. Finally, let's take a look at the dollar yen right here. The dollar yen right here is in the wave 4 that it should trade around this trend line, and then it should show right here dollar weakness. And then this all thing, I see that the dollar is gonna get higher, probably, yes, to around 76.80, 76, 77.40, but I still believe that can be the case for US dollar weakness to come. That's what I see, guys, to be honest with you. Not yet. That's why you guys see it still on the dailies and on the weekly, we're still laboring the dollar as undecided. We hasn't become bullish. We have to see more signs within the dollar to be a dollar bull. All right. So let's leave it there and let's see if Friday is gonna bring any surprise to the Forex market. Thank you, guys.